Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm KBG, and welcome back to some more Triangle Strategy. We have another little... we had another little issue with the microphone not recording for this episode, so I'm here doing post-com once again. We might as well be a series entirely dedicated to post-com with how much this has happened at this point. I'm sorry, I totally forgot to check that the microphone was working before starting recording, and sure enough, OBS just decided... Hey, why record audio? Wouldn't that just be terrible to do? So, we're doing post-com. Anyway, back to what's actually going on. In the last episode, we went ahead. We had a decision put before us. Lord Silvio, from the Telliore domain of Glenbrook, came to us with a proposition that the three high houses work together to fight against Esfrost and basically restore Roland... I don't know, basically make him, I don't know, ruler of his kingdom again. Basically win back the kingdom for Roland. I didn't trust him for a second, but Benedict and Anna both seemed to think that no matter what happens, we can swing things in our favor. So I decided to actually go ahead and accept his proposal. And sure enough, we saw that he was very disingenuous, and he is planning to ambush us as soon as we go into his domain. He hired a dude named Rufus to... basically, just, I don't know, kill us, assassinate us while we're there. And that's just great. But hopefully Benedict and Anna were right that we'll be able to have this go to our advantage. So right now we do have a little bit of story stuff. We have a main story conversation and then two side story things. And then aside from that, once we get to it, we're going to get started with the battle in today's video as well. And that is a guarantee. I can personally guarantee that. But anyway, with the Crown City captured, Gustadel proceeds with his plan. So we get to see what is going on with him during this period of time. Because obviously a couple episodes ago we beat back Avlora. And right now we are waiting to see what everything that goes down with Lord Silvio's offer, or proposal.
I beg you, sir, give me one more chance. I shall not fail again.
We are already taking measures against House Wolford. A suitable pawn has showed itself before us.
Right, so Silvio seems to have had discussions with Gustadolf about what's going on. What a great guy, huh?
Though, perhaps, I should be more wary of my own family than any other.
Huh?
Falks is all that remains of the three high houses. I trust you know what to do, Avlora.
So Avlora is being sent to kill off Landroy, the lord of the Falks region.
Lord Landroy Fox is famed for his bow arm.
Which sucks because he was actually going to help us out.
Fire at your master during the war. Do you think you can best him?
Without a doubt.
Yeah, so they're going after Landroy, which sucks for us because he's actually a good ally. Unlike Silvio, he's actually genuine and really does want to help us and Roland out. And he already said he was going to provide us with like some soldiers, like as many soldiers as he possibly could afford to. So that is not good, especially now that we're being lured away by Silvio. I don't even think there's going to be any chance that we could help Lord Landroy out. I think he's kind of just screwed, unfortunately. Which is really, really bad for us. Like, really, really bad. He's pretty much our only ally, because we can't really rely on anyone from Hyzanth. They just all want to have this whole situation turn out for their benefit. They probably... honestly, they probably want Glenbrook and... Like, once Glenbrook and Esfrost are finished fighting, I wouldn't be surprised if they just swooped in and tried to take us both down and just conquer everything. But anyway, the bandits Travis and Trish discuss rumors of a hefty bounty on a certain someone's head. This is interesting because these are actually the two bandits that we fought in the first chapter, way back in the first chapter. Which is a while ago now, because this series I started quite a decent amount of time ago, so it's been a bit.
I don't know what to expect now that Esfrost has taken over Glenbrook. I heard they put a huge bounty on the prince's head. We could make a killing if we catch him.
I always dreamed of kidnapping royalty. But the prince of a crumbling kingdom?
They'd probably kill him if we turned him over.
The reward is tempting, though.
The reward is tempting, though.
Great, so we didn't kill them the first time we fought them, and now it looks like they're going to make us pay for that. Looks like they're going to try to mess with us again, which is just great. This is why we should always kill our enemies in these games. Just slaughter everyone. Be as ruthless as possible. No, I mean, I totally get it. I totally get not killing them, but if this comes back to bite us, I'm going to be really upset. Anyway, the only story thing left is our own. Anna brings news to Serenoa and the others that sheds light on their situation. So sheds new light on their situation. So it seems like Anna actually has some intel about what's going on with Silvio, which could actually be really beneficial for us.
So, Lord Silvio has been in contact with Frost.
I don't know what I was doing.
I heard the name for Whiteholm Castle not long ago. And I received identical reports from several of our spies in Telliore.
Oh, right. I was trying to accidentally turned on auto fast forward, and I was trying to figure out how to turn it off. Right. Well, another interesting thing, though, is that Silvio was planning to attack us no matter what, so having this information, like he was going to either attack us in his domain, which is what we're doing, or he would have just attacked us in general, so this way, honestly, it could be to our benefit, now that Anna seems to have some information about, Silvio's true intentions. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I was just messing around with stuff. Here we go.
There is a reason he is known as an opportunist, in which case he has but one objective.
Securing Prince Roland to use as leverage with Frost.
I was also told that House Telliore has hired a man named Rufus as a bodyguard.
What do you know about this man?
He's a bounty hunter known as Hero's Bane, loyal to none but coin.
That's a really cool nickname.
That said, he's a ruthless fighter. It would be wise not to underestimate him.
To think Lord Silvio would hire such a man.
It means he is serious. We must plan accordingly.
Understood. Gather the others. We have much to discuss.
Well, if he's just fighting for money, I mean, if we just pay him more, he can swing to our side. But I don't know whether we have enough money for that.
Lord Silvio's proposal was all a ruse to ensnare me.
Unfortunately so. He has been in contact with Frost. But he must have surmised that simply bending the knee would not suffice, and thought to use you to curry favor with the Archduke.
Using the prince's leverage? Has he no shame? We can no longer trust anyone.
That dirty scoundrel played us for fools.
We made the best choice we could.
See, now that is what I like to hear. I like to hear that, Benedict.
Had we refused, he would have attacked us outright.
Indeed, there are countless soldiers lurking around the premises.
So he came prepared for a refusal. I suppose we can expect as much from the famed opportunist.
My lord, we must strike before he does.
You mean for us to cross blades with Lord Silvio?
I mean, we kind of have to. I mean, he's either gonna...
We have the upper hand now.
He's gonna start it if we don't.
What awaits. We must do whatever it takes to survive.
So the war has already begun.
It has. His objective is to capture Prince Roland. Once we are in his territory, he will use the surest measure to secure His Highness. In which case...
Alright. Alright, I guess now we're going over into the Telliore domain. Right, to protect Roland, Serenoa, and the others, the others decide to play along with Silvio's scheme. That does seem like the best way to go about it. Because if he suspects that we know what's up, he's just going to attack us right away, but otherwise we can get the jump on him. So, yeah. I must have been talking about something in the gameplay here because I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, yeah, I was definitely probably just talking about, like, you know, I'm glad that we made the decision that we did because it does seem to have been to our benefit. Yeah. So. Alright, there we go. Alright, cool. Alright, Silvio. What have you got? What are you... How are you going to try to get us?
Welcome, Prince Roland. Lord Serenoa. A beautiful banquet, just as I promised. I cannot wait to share a glass of Telliore's finest wine with you.
I would not touch that wine. I would definitely not touch that wine. It could be drugged. It could be a number of any different things in there. It could be poison, like whatever. I would not touch that wine.
We cannot thank you enough for the warm reception.
Please, relax, Your Highness. As Lord of House Telliore, I promise to protect you to my last breath. Thank you. You must be exhausted. Why not have a glass of wine? I am sure you will find it to your liking.
Ah, like nectar from the heavens. I should have expected no less of Telliore.
Yeah, he's definitely faking it. Definitely making sure not to let that wine touch his lips. Brilliant.
Please drink your fill. I insist, everyone.
Yeah, let's not.
I shall.
Yeah, I shall.
I've never tasted
Dumps it out.
anything quite so delicious.
In honor of the fallen.
Cheers to the glory of the High Houses.
Alright, we mustn't let our guard down. I should take the chance to learn the lay of the land. Alright, so we get to explore here, see what's going on. Occasions for celebration are few and far between in times like these. I hope you are able to enjoy the banquet, even if only for a moment. Lord Silvio still believes we have fallen into his trap. I suggest taking the opportunity to prepare for the inevitable battle ahead. Drink in hand, of course. It truly is a beautiful banquet, one I would have enjoyed were it not a trap. I am fine, I assure you. This is only my third glass. Won't you have another, Lord Serenoa? Convincing, no? Not bad. Good acting. I'd heard the Telliore domain was famous for its grapes, but their wine is far sweeter than I ever imagined. Lord Silvio is truly a generous man for sharing the bounty of his land with us. It seems the people are unaware of Lord Silvio's plan. Interesting. What say you people? Never mind. I'm not talking to anyone. There, Eridor? There we go. This wine is something incredible. You could tell the grapes got all the sunshine they needed to grow up strong and sweet. You know, they say a life without Telliore wine is a life half lived. They're downright fools to spoil such good drink for their stupid scheme. I've prepared only our finest wines for the occasion. Please drink to your heart's content. The night is still young. Pray relax and enjoy the banquet. Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Ooh, an invigorating spice. Nice. Don't know what that does, but nice. Ah, so you're Lord Serenoa of Wolffort. You hold your liquor very well, sir. Why don't we toast to House Telliore's success? Yeah, very well. So well, it almost seems like I didn't even have any of the wine. Lake Telliore is the kingdom's water supply, and the dam around it protects Glenbrook from floods. It is the job of House Telliore to watch over the lake and monitor its water levels. We cannot neglect our duties, even in the midst of a banquet. Right. I like how there's people that are, like, hidden over here. Like, you can't even really see them behind, like, the tree. Like, what the heck? Oh, it's Huette. It may seem in poor taste to refuse wine on such an occasion, but a hawk rider must be ready to take flight at a moment's notice. For us Telliore to have devised such an underhanded plot means they have also fallen on hard times. Interesting. Anna, do you think a day would come where one of the high houses turned against another, and under the guise of an alliance, no less? I never thought such a thing possible. What are your thoughts on the matter, my lord? Betrayal is not but another path toward victory. If it comes down to a fight, we must win. As Lord of House Wolffort, I have no intention of running from a fight, but I would prefer to do so without needless bloodshed. Or, this is the path House Telliore has chosen to walk. Likewise, we must continue down the one we have chosen. Yes, that is a good response, I think. Aye, such is the way of House Wolffort. Thank you for reminding me, Lord Serenoa. Whatever lies ahead, know that I will serve you with the conviction befitting our house. I missed what he's got to say. Accidentally skipped it when I was playing the game. And even now, I don't know what it says because it was way too fast. Iron times 3. Perfect, because I believe that's used for upgrading our weapons and stuff. Which we definitely could use more of those materials. Absolutely, for sure. Also, let's go into this person's house, steal 2 of their invigorating spices. So now they're only going to get to have bland food. They're not going to get to have delicious, well-seasoned food. We just robbed them of that. We robbed them of that ability. I grew up around Lake Telliore. Looking at it always has a way of setting me at ease. Oh, that's nice. Too bad this place is going to become a battlefield real soon. Oh, some more things to steal. I love pillaging. Marvels of Norzelia, Volume 5. Most enjoyable. And 1,100 coins. We can use it to pay Rufus. Let's go. Just throw all of our change at him. Maybe he'll switch sides. I don't know. Anyways, let's go check out these Marvels of Norzelia. Up the Norzelia River near the Glenbrook-Esfrost border, you will find Telliore Reservoir, a lake of fresh mountain water made from damming up that section of the river. Construction took several long decades, hundreds of workers, and thousands of backbreaking hours of labor, but it was worth it, for the dam now protects the crown city from floods and stores enough clean water to last the kingdom for years to come. Grape orchards have also sprung up on the slopes surrounding the reservoir, producing wine that is so famous I need hardly elaborate. Sipping a glass of that wine on a warm summer's eve whilst gazing upon the luminescence of Telliore's famed street lamps reflected in the reservoir's still surface, nothing in the realm quite compares to such a pleasure. I love how this person lives in this area and yet owns that edition of Marvels of Norzelia. Like, gosh, I really need to know more about this place. I can't experience it for myself. Anyway, Lord Silvio doesn't look it, but he's always yearned to make a name for himself on the battlefield. He'd do anything to hear the people sing his praises like they did House Wolffort's during the Assault Iron War. He even stab his friends in the back! I can scarcely imagine what you must be feeling right now, Lord Serenoa. The joyous days between you and your betrothed were cut short by the invasion. That's right, we were supposed to get married! Gosh dang it. Lady Frederica must be suffering as well, but together Lord Telliore and Wolffort can set things right. It appears he doesn't yet know about Lord Silvio's plot. That's a shame. Thank you. We must do everything in our power to protect those dear to us. Ha 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 ha. I wish I had someone dear to me like you do, my lord. Alas, I am yet a bachelor. I pray that someday I find a woman like Lady Frederica to call my own. I hope you do. You know, if we don't slaughter you anyway. You needn't worry. A kind soul such as yourself is bound to find a worthy companion in time. To gain something dear is both a blessing and a curse, for you now have something to lose. There are merits to living a bachelor's life. Some say marriage is a beginning and others an end. What say you? Let's just reassure this guy. I don't know why, but I like this guy. You needn't worry. Kind soul as yourself is bound to find a worthy companion in time. You're great. You keep doing you. You live your best life. I want you to find happiness, my friend. You're every bit as gracious as people say. I think taking that means things are going well between you and Lady Frederica. Indeed they are. The days we have spent together are regrettably few, but she is now a precious member of my family. I must protect House Wolfort for her sake as well. I envy you, Lord Serenoa. I hope the day I can say the same comes sooner rather than later. I hope so too. I hope that we do not cut you down tonight. Because that would be real sad. That'd be real sad. I would feel so bad. He'd never get to experience love. I would feel so bad for him. I heard that the sweet grapes are for eating and the sour ones are for wine. Cool. I don't know why you need to know about wine. Why would anyone want to drink sour grapes? Blah. Oh, there we go. That makes more sense. You'd find none prouder to be a soldier of Telliore than my husband, but he cannot seem to muster a smile tonight of all nights. I prepared him some warm ginger wine. Hopefully it will raise his spirits. Ooh, salt and fish. Added salt and fish to notes. Interesting. Let's check these notes about salt and fish. If past me can find it. There we go. Oh no, that's the power of salt. Salt and fish. There we go. You could spend a lifetime studying the culinary arts and you still wouldn't come close to learning every method or ingredient out there. Some foods aren't ready until they've been aged a full month. Others take years and years to mature to full flavor. But unique as those flavors may be, they aren't necessarily the most delicious just because they take so long to make. What is the most delicious food, you ask? Well, in my humble opinion, it would have to be sweet fish, fresh caught from a river in early summer, salted and grilled to perfection over an open flame. Nothing can quite compare to the pleasure of enjoying a piping hot meal, quaffing an ice-cold pint as a soft breeze wafts over the water. Perhaps sprinkling a little salt and holding a skewer over a fire doesn't exactly qualify one as a chef, but I don't think I wouldn't trust anyone who sticks their nose. But I don't think I wouldn't trust anyone who sticks their nose up at that simple yet delicious flavor. Interesting. So, someone here, either that lady or her husband or someone, was very passionate about salt and fish and wrote down their thoughts and feelings about it, and we just stole that. We literally just stole that from their house. Their passionate writings about why they enjoy salt and fish. We just stole that from them. What kind of a monster are we? Anyway, Rufus, the wine here ain't bad, which is more than I can say for the rest of this place. If you don't like it, you could come with us, and you could fight on our side instead. Instead of trying to murder us. You know, I'd really appreciate it if you weren't trying to murder me here real soon. Marvels of Nerzelia, Volume 6, let's go! And 500 coins. Got more coins for Rufus, all I'm saying, Rufus. If you want it, you know, if you fight for us. Anyway, at the top of a steep mountain path, within the two towers and a giant gate that give the Esfrosti stronghold its name, Twins Gate. Situated on the border with Glenbrook, it defends the only passage into the Grand Duchy. For generations, command of Twins Gate has been entrusted to an army general until recently, when Minister Svarog Esfrost was inexplicably given the role. Interesting. Old me must have been talking about something else while this was pulled up. For a giant gate made of iron, it can be opened or shut with surprising speed. I'm not sure of the exact mechanisms that enable this swiftness, as it is a heavily guarded military secret, but according to an Esfrosti soldier with whom I struck up a friendship, they have somehow harnessed the power of the subterranean source of the Nerzelia River. Everyone always talks about weaponry when it comes to Esfrosti ironworking, but perhaps attention ought to be paid instead to the mastery of craft that has allowed the duchy to construct such an incredible, precise device so deep in the mountains. I do like that we... Whoa, excuse me, sorry. I do like that we get to learn more about the continent of Nerzelia, like, about the individual countries, and even just, like, daily life in this game. Like, you know, the food that people enjoy. Like, I like it. I think it's cool. Anyway, that is all that we needed to do for exploration. So now, save the game, because don't want to lose our progress, of course. And then I guess we will end our exploration and see what's going on from here. I should return lest Lord Silvio gets suspicious. I love how I should return. We're standing 2 feet away from him. Telliore's wine truly is superb, but I think you've had more than your fill, Roland. Hardly. I would have another glass or 4. You have no idea how pleased I am to see you enjoying our demesne's wines, but you must be exhausted. Perhaps it is time you retire for the night? Aye, I think we shall do just that. This way, Roland. Roland, you better be acting. I swear if you actually had that wine, I'm gonna be so upset with you. Hours after the banquet.
Prince Roland, are you sure you're not drunk?
Oh gosh, Roland.
Hardly. It was all an act. Convincing, no?
I don't know how convincing it was. You didn't do the voice acting for the
We cannot let our guard
for that
down.
part.
The real battle begins now.
But of course, I expect they will be here soon.
All right. Well, there we go. Time for the battle. Let's go. All right, cool. Recommended level 12, so it only went up by 1 this time rather than 2 levels, which is actually really good because we need to catch up on levels, so perfect. The battle to protect Roland from Silvio is at hand, but how will it end? Well, hopefully in our victory. I mean, it would be pretty sad if we managed to get a permanent game over here. Imagine if a game of this length had like a permanent game over. Like you're 20 hours into the game, you lose, and you have to restart the entire thing. That'd be pretty wild, if I'm being honest. That'd be pretty wild.
It looks like my special wine put them right to sleep.
So he did definitely drug it.
Seize the prince, and kill the others to the last.
Yeah, well, that's what you thought.
How are you two still moving?
Let's go. Look at our boys, our freshly promoted
Would seem your
boys.
wine did not have the intended effect.
It didn't take a trained eye to see straight through your plan. Your wine found a new home within our breast pockets.
So that's how they fake drinking it. Nice. Yeah, so this is actually this will be our first battle with Roland and Serenoa promoted, which is pretty cool. And the rest of the squad is pulling up. Let's go.
You scheming bastards!
We could say the same of you.
This is where you meet your end, Lord Telliore.
That's my line, you whelp! I leave the rest to you, Rufus.
Well, well. Things are finally getting interesting.
Careful, Your Highness. They are after you.
Understood. Let us carve a path out of here and regroup with the others.
Let's do it. But only after careful and thoughtful preparation. Only after we take about 15 minutes thinking about who we want to bring and where we want them to be positioned. Betrayal beneath the Tellioran moon. What a very accurate battle name, honestly. I wonder what time of night it is, because the banquet was already dark out in the banquet. This was like several hours after. Is this like midnight or something? That'd be crazy. So anyway, we're forced to bring both Roland and Serenoa, as you know, you'd probably expect. And here I was just double checking that we had promoted our Serenoa and our Roland. I was just double checking things for whatever reason. Anyway, now it's all about deciding who we want to bring to this map. Whoa. So our units right now are pretty scattered. We don't really have any one. Like, we don't really have one cohesive army. We're kind of just split up into a bunch of small little groupings. So, that's important. Here's Rufus. Excuse me. He's actually pretty scary. Honestly, he's not, like, quite as scary as Evlora, but he's still pretty scary. And honestly, like, I feel like he's going to be a pretty difficult boss to defeat. Like, the only thing it seems to be like a saving grace about him is that he doesn't have like super high magic defense, so it seems like magic is going to be like potentially super useful against him. He also has this resist paralysis, silence, and sleep, and resist temptation and instant death. Which, when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, wait, there's a thing called instant death? I want to learn that. It's like lethality from Fire Emblem. It's like, where can I learn this skill or this ability? I want to instantly murder people. You know how useful that would be? Especially if we gave it to Anna. Yo, place Anna by 2 units. She gets to attack 2 times in the turn. She just instant kills both of them. I'm just saying. If that was a thing that could happen, I would be very happy about it. Anyway, now it's all about figuring out who we want to bring. My issue in this game, which I usually have in a lot of tactical RPGs, is I want to use everyone. But it's kind of hard to use everyone. So, I definitely want to use our main 8. So, Roland, Serenoa, Anna, Huette, Erador, Benedict, Frederica, and Gila. I definitely want to use all 8 of them. Because they're like the main characters. They're the ones that like are always talking. Like when we do our Scales of Conviction stuff, they're there. So I definitely want to like focus on them. Like I want them to be a permanent part of my team, no matter what happens. And now it's all just about like deciding how everyone else fits in the rotation. Because I do kind of want to use all of the units. It's just obviously our main units are the ones I care about more. I mean, I'll still sub them out from time to time, but you know, at least usually I want to fight with them. So here I'm thinking, well, we put Narv in as another magic user instead of Corentin. And also the nice thing about him is that he has Sanctuary to heal people up, so I figure we can go ahead and leave Hasabara behind because we already have Gila and now we have Narv as well. They can both heal people. So we're pretty good. I am going to bring Ian's because even though he is, well, actually, mainly because he's such a low level, I really want him to be able to catch up so that he has the chance to be a viable unit here soon. He's a very interesting unit because he can like build traps and stuff to put on the battlefield. He can put ladders down to get to higher places. Like I'm really interested to see what he develops into in the future. So I just kind of want to, you know, I kind of want to bring him for that reason. And now we just have to, this is pretty much it. I think I was considering if I wanted to, like, leave Benedict behind and bring, Julio, or, like, perhaps leave Erador behind. I was thinking about, like, seeing if there's a way I could bring Julio, because we haven't actually gotten to use him yet. Like, we tried once, in the last chapter, but that was during the attempt that we failed in, and then the second time we attempted it, I didn't bring Julio, so we haven't really gotten to use him. Unfortunately, like we haven't gotten to use him, Piccoletta, or that other girl down there, the apothecary. I forget her name. She was on the screen at one point. I wasn't looking for her name though, so I don't really remember it. If I go on to it again, I'll see it, but yeah, the 3 of them haven't really gotten the chance. I mean, neither is Ian's, but we're bringing him on this map. So those 3 specifically haven't really gotten much attention yet, so I do plan on bringing them hopefully in future maps. You know, seeing if there's some other units we can sub out. Narv is probably my favorite though of the units we got from like the character stories. I'd have to say he's definitely my favorite because he's like a mage. He has a lot of potential. Like, he gets to learn, like, all the different types of magic. And he also has Sanctuary, which is a really good healing spell. So I really like him. Honestly, like, if I had to pick a favorite of, like, the new characters that joined, it would be him. He's definitely my favorite. But yeah, just looking at Ian's again. He can set a trap on a selected square to push people back, like, 5 spaces. And he's going to keep learning new interesting skills, of course, as time goes on. And he's already in a veteran class, so he's already got like a lot of skills lined up for him to learn. And I imagine like a lot of the characters that join from the character stories are like that because they're all veterans already. They're all veteran classes, which is interesting. Medina, that's her name. Yeah, it would be interesting to use her at some point, because I think she gets to use 2 items in a single turn. Like, that's her thing. And if we get to the point where we start having like really cool, or like a really good stock of items in our inventory, she could probably be pretty good. Like especially using like the stones or whatever. I don't know, like fire stone. I don't know what it's called. There's like a thing where you can cast like a fire spell just using an item. So stuff like that. She could actually be pretty good with that eventually, I think. But right now our inventory isn't exactly like well stocked. So kind of is what it is. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and look over our units, see where we have them placed. Generally think I'm going to kind of keep everyone where they are at now. Put Benedict ahead of Frederica because he's more bulky. Yeah, I'm pretty sure where we have our units now is where I had to keep them. Sorry. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, I think that's that. So, yeah, there's grape trees just chilling here. You can fight. You can probably break them down. That's a great way to sabotage Silvio. That'll really teach him a lesson. Cut down all of his grape trees. No more Tellioran wine. No more. No longer shall they be able to produce their wine. We're just going to cut down all of their grape trees. That'd be a pretty funny thing to do. Anyway, here we go. Finally getting to the battle. Let's go. Not going to get too far into it, but we'll do what we can.
Must we really draw swords against them? Stop your cowering and fight! Spare no one! But leave the prince to me. I'll kill anyone who gets between us.
I'm sorry, my friend. Seems I forced you into another uncomfortable situation.
Our decision was made together, Roland. We must have faith in the path we chose. To arms, everyone! Let us cut our way through!
Here, here.
My turn.
And Anna gets to go first. Which makes sense because she's like super fast, so... Not exactly surprising. Yeah, so... Still, not exactly sure how we're gonna go about fighting Rufus, but... You know. I'll come up with something. Or past me, or future me, or whatever, you know. The me that fights Rufus. I mean, obviously, we're not really gonna... Or... Okay, yeah, we're not going to finish this map in this video, because if you guys know my speed, you know that I don't play this game fast enough to finish it in like 20 minutes. But, so this will definitely be like one where we do a cliffhanger in the middle of the fight. But, yeah, so we got some healers over here, which is annoying, especially if they're going to follow Rufus. Gosh, I can't stop yawning. I'm sorry. And it's not even like super late. Like it's late, but it's not like. I mean, no, it's not even like really that late. It's like 10 or so. When we're recording this, or like actually probably closer to like 10:30, but still, that's not super late. Like I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Anyway, so on this map, we basically have to keep Roland safe, because if he falls in battle, we lose the whole thing, as is usually the case, honestly. Or at least as is the case a decent amount of the time. I feel like if there's ever a situation where if someone falls, you lose the map, it's usually if it's Roland. But I guess it makes sense, because then maybe, you know, we assume they capture him if he's defeated in battle. So anyways, just trying to, you know, figure out a spot here that is relatively safe and won't end up with Roland getting murdered, because that would be pretty unfortunate. So as you can see, we could just murder the grape trees there, but that's not what I'm going to do. I'd rather murder this person right here than murder the grape trees, you know? I really hope that one soldier who was looking, like, hoping that he could find love. I really hope he's not on this battlefield. I would feel so bad if we had to cut him down. I'd feel just the worst. So these guys are charging themselves and making themselves a lot stronger, which is kind of annoying. They've also got a few archers on this map. And archers in this game, I've noticed, are way more annoying than they are in Fire Emblem because they have so much more range. In Fire Emblem, it's like 2 spaces away.
Battle is won.
I seriously can't stop yawning. Like 2 spaces away, sometimes 3 spaces. Or, you know, if you're in like a super highly promoted class, sometimes it's like a ridiculous thing, like 4+. But that's only in like recent Fire Emblem games. Like literally like Echoes and 3 Houses, I'm pretty sure are the only ones. Well, speaking of Fire Emblem, they actually, well, here in this fight, we're gonna hawk dive on this guy, stand next to Roland to provide a little protection for him. But yeah, they actually revealed Fire Emblem Engage, like what was it, like a week and a half ago? A week and a half ago? I don't remember how long it was. I don't remember how long ago it was that they revealed Fire Emblem Engage. But honestly, I'm not sure how to feel about it. Anyways, we're gonna put Benedict here to kind of form a line so that we're a little bit more, I don't know, so we can hold our formation and be a little bit more stable and, you know, have less chance of Roland getting murdered.
You'll be fun.
But yeah, I'm not exactly sure how to feel about Fire Emblem Engage because it looks like it's very much inspired by Fire Emblem Heroes, the mobile Fire Emblem game. As far as graphics go, I thought it actually looked worse than 3 Houses, which is kind of depressing considering it's 3 years newer. Well, actually, it'll be released like 3.5 years after 3 Houses, so the graphics were very like disappointing, and the maps looked kind of small, and I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't necessarily mind short maps. Honestly, like I kind of liked the short maps in Echoes because it kind of made for better pacing, because it was a better balance of like the story and of the gameplay, rather than you have the story and then you have like an hour in a chapter and then you have more story and then you have like another hour in the next chapter. Because so it was nice that like there was a lot more battles, but they were shorter battles. So if they do something similar to like to that in Engage, then honestly it could be okay. Also, the whole Engage thing is very interesting. I mean, it's cool to see old Fire Emblem characters again because, you know, it's not like the game series like constantly, it's not like you constantly have like sequels and stuff coming out, so it's not like you use the same character for a lot of games in a row. So it is cool to like see some of the old characters being brought back, or being like not necessarily brought back, but being like, well, I guess, yeah, like they're in the game even if you're not like using them as one of your main like attacking units. Like they're kind of like there for support. Anyway, we're gonna have Narv Whirlwind this guy. Just give him something to do. He gained 73 freaking experience from that because this game is kind of insane when it comes to getting experience when you're underleveled. That was a big hit on Ian's. That was a pretty big hit on Ian's. But yeah, anyway, if you guys are like interested in Fire Emblem, like I wonder what you guys would think about Engage, because I don't know. I still just don't know exactly how to feel about it. Like at this point, I think I'm just kind of got to stay like neutral about it. Anyway, we're gonna have Ian seal himself because he is very low, and we literally gain 100 experience, an entire level just from healing ourselves. Kind of wild, but yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like just unsure of how to feel about Engage. I'm sure I'll probably like it because it's Fire Emblem at the end of the day, so I'm sure I'll like it. But I don't know. To me, with how successful 3 Houses is, I'm surprised they didn't just make another game that's very similar to 3 Houses, just with its own story. Kind of like when they made Awakening and then they made Fates, which Fates, like a lot of the gameplay, art style, that kind of stuff was, like stylistically there was a lot that was similar to Awakening. It's just that they, you know, it had its own story. I'm kind of surprised they didn't do something similar like that with 3 Houses, but I guess the whole like
You won't beat me.
Officers Academy and everything in Three Houses was kind of unique, so it'd be kind of hard to implement something exactly like that in another game. Although they do seem to have like an overworld type area in Engage, so I don't know. In any case, I'll just, you know, wait and see when the game comes out. See, you know, I'll actually have to play it for myself to see what I think. Anyway, we're gonna have Eredor provoke this guy because we don't want Ian's taking a big hit, especially because his back is exposed, and we do not want him getting crit because we want him to get experience and get caught up with everyone. So that's basically my logic there. Yeah, honestly though, just like one interesting thing about doing post-com is that I have like a lot more ability to just talk about whatever because I'm not busy thinking about like the moves I'm making. I'm literally just commentating on the moves I've already made. And since I usually take a while to make my decisions in the first place, it just gives me some extra time to talk about other things that I don't always have the time to talk about in my videos. Because I'm too busy thinking through something. You know, because like a lot of the games I play require thinking, because I've only really played like RPGs and then like fighting games on this channel. So it's all things that you're like very involved in. And we're gonna have Frederica kill this one guy, hit the other one, which is nice. She's almost level 11, which is pretty cool. This guy is going to charge himself up and then probably head toward us. Of course. But yeah, they're just going to keep doing this. So yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of cool to just talk about some things that I'm interested in talking about.
My turn.
Just in general though, like that direct, I don't know. I just don't know how to feel about it in general. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I wasn't particularly interested in. Like, I did like hearing that they're making another Octopath Traveler. Also, Anna is just broken, so we're just going to be able to kill this guy with Eredor's help. I did really like Octopath Traveler, so I think Octopath Traveler 2 is going to be pretty cool, especially because it looks like they're going to actually have the individual stories like intertwined at some points, which didn't really happen much or like at all in the original Octopath Traveler. Like there were little like side conversations, but they weren't actually like the stories weren't connected like at all. Like it was actually insane how disconnected they were from each other. So if Octopath Traveler 2 actually has the stories be more intertwined, that'd be pretty cool. So like those two are probably the games I'm most interested. Well, except for Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. That's obviously like super hype. I'm more excited for that than I am for Fire Emblem Engage. Like so much more. Oh, that like they didn't really show us anything new about the game really. Like we didn't really get to see much, but we did get the release date, which is May of next year. So I'm really excited for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Like that's one of those things where it's like I'd like to play it on YouTube just because like I think it would be really fun and it would be a series I would be very likely to commit to because I would just want to play the game. But at the same time, it might like I don't know how that would shape my experience. So anyway, we're gonna attack this guy, try to deal some damage because he's a healer and he's probably gonna be annoying. Try to heal up his friends because he doesn't want them to die or something. I don't know, something stupid like that. But of course we were not able to immobilize him like I was hoping for, which is annoying, because now he's going to be able to run away if he wants to do that. This guy's going to attack Serenoa and get a critical hit, which is annoying. Although I'm pretty sure that's just because he hit him from kind of behind. Honestly, I think are crits in this game entirely like just based on if you're attacking them from behind, or are there like luck-based crits? I think there might actually not be luck-based crits in this game, which is pretty cool. Luck-based crits are very annoying sometimes. I mean, at least in Fire Emblem, you kind of always know what's going on with crits. Like, you can always generally understand, like, the crit someone's going to have, and you can usually prepare for it. Dude, Pokemon, critical hits are the worst. I've done competitive Wi-Fi battling before in Pokemon, and I've got to say, crits suck. Crits suck, just random crits. Bro. it's whatever. You know, it's one of those things. Just kind of have to deal with it, I guess, because that's how the game is. But anyway, gonna have Serenoa attack this guy from behind and get a combination attack with Roland, because my goal for the group up top is kind of to have them run away from Rufus, because I don't want them to get killed by Rufus right now. I want to send them all off to kind of run toward the other group, and then hopefully gather everyone together so that we can all face Rufus together. Because if we just have to fight him with 4 people, it's not going to end well.
What a relief.
Like, literally all 4 of them are going to die, Roland's going to fall in battle, and it's going to be just the end of everything. So, can't really afford to do that. This guy is going to come up and heal his friend, which is really annoying. We got healer on healer action, and I am not a fan of it. Not a fan of it in the least place. At least a bit. I don't know what I was saying there. Anyway, here I noticed I have made a pretty critical error, and that is that Frederica is pretty exposed to just getting destroyed. She's not in a good position at all. She's about to basically get attacked by a lot of people. She has less movement than the rest of our units. She only has 4 movement, I think. Whereas like Benedict, Roland, and Serenoa, I believe all have 5 movement or something like that. And Rufus has 5 movement, so Frederica is pretty much screwed. Because Rufus has already moved his way up here, and yeah, like, it's not looking good for Frederica. Yeah, like not at all. I believe I try to see if there's like anything I could possibly do to save her, like, and there's really just not much. At least not anything I could do. Excuse me. Gosh. At least nothing I can do without putting like Benedict in danger. So, because we could try to increase her movement by 1, but we would not be able to do it without putting Benedict in a really unfortunate position, I believe. So yeah, I in the actual video here, I'm just like kind of looking at everything, seeing if there's like any possible chance to save Frederica, but there really isn't. And then I make a stupid mistake and accidentally use Bird of Prey on Benedict when I was meaning to use like Bulwark or something, but I think he's already bulwarked up anyway, so it's not a huge deal. But it is a bit unfortunate. This guy's going to Mighty Strike and do a ton of damage to Frederica, and like I said, she's basically screwed. Like, there's really not much she can do. She's not in a good spot here. So I was kind of like just checking to see if she could possibly live a hit from this guy. But as you will see soon, that doesn't really even matter. You'll see why in just a little bit. But that doesn't really matter. Even if she lives, she's not going to get out of this sticky situation. Like, things are not going to go well for her. Yeah, it's just not good. But anyway, back over here, we got Narv, and we got to figure out what we want to do with him. Yeah, I don't know. I think I was just basically in the gameplay or whatever in the original recording. I was just like, you got to be kidding me, because this is pretty bad though. Like, this is definitely not ideal, because as we looked before, Rufus is much weaker to magic attacks than he is to physical attacks, and so having Frederica around to hit him with like fire from like when like standing behind a bunch of other people guarding her, and having her use fire on Rufus to weaken him would have been huge for us. But it's not really like I don't know, we're not in a super good position to do that. That guy's gonna snipe Gila from all the way over there, because bows are kind of crazy in this game, not even gonna lie. So this guy's going to delaying thrust on Frederica, and she does live, but now she's boxed in. I believe at this point I was just like, you've got to be kidding me, because she's boxed in now. She can't even run away. She can't run toward where Benedict, Roland, and Serenoa are to try to make an escape from Rufus, because no, she's now blocked in. She has two guys standing surrounding her basically, and she is just very screwed. And we can't just jump off of that little, I don't know, we can't like jump, we can't hop down like to the space below us. We can't just hop over it, you know, that would be too easy. I don't know, maybe it's a larger fall than it looks. I mean, it honestly doesn't look very far. It looks like I don't know, like a 5-foot drop, maybe 10 feet if we want to be like, I don't know, if we want to be very conservative with our estimate, but I don't know. I think she could definitely jump down if she wanted to, but whatever, it's fine. She's basically screwed. I mean, I can move her over into the corner and have her heal herself, and then she can kind of hold her own for a little bit, but she's basically screwed, is the main thing I was going to get at. But I think this is where I end the episode, so that is going to do it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, if you did, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. I really appreciate it and really help out the channel. Once again, I apologize that I had to do post-com for this, but that's just kind of the way it went. Because of my stupid microphone, I forgot to check it again. But hope you guys enjoyed anyway. Next episode, we will go ahead and finish this chapter, and hopefully my microphone will be working and everything will be good. So, thank you all so much for watching once again, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace!